Well, it's going to be a great weekend. The Keweenaw area gearing up to host one of their most exciting winter events. This morning, Ansley Watson is in Calumet telling us more about the Copperdog 150. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. Yeah, by tomorrow evening, 5th Street in Calumet is going to be packed with snow, with spectators, and of course dogs for the Copperdog 150. Now, this is the 8th annual. Like I said, this takes place tomorrow evening. The opening ceremonies start at 6:30 and the races begin at 7. But you don't want to leave after the last musher is out, because by 8:45-ish, there's going to be fireworks, and that's just the start of the weekend's festivities. There's so much more happening on Saturday and Sunday. So later in the hour, we're meeting up with the race director and one of the board members on Copperdog 150 to talk about what you can expect when you come here. So stay with us. Reporting live in Calumet, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
Sounds like it is going to be a great weekend. Thank you very much, Ansley. And as I see her sitting in downtown Calumet, I remember yesterday morning she comes back in and goes, "The weather's horrible out there."
I think that was everyone's response as they walked in the door yesterday. The weather is horrible, but it's not going to be that bad if you are planning on going to the Copperdog 150.
8th annual Copperdog 150 sled dog race is ready to run this weekend. It starts in the heart of Calumet, and that's where Ansley Watson is getting more details on the big race. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. That's right. It's taking place tomorrow evening. I know a lot of people are excited. I know a couple of people right next to me are ready to get this thing going for sure. Meredith and Doug are joining me. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Wow, so tomorrow's the day, huh?
Tomorrow is the big day.
You guys have been working it tirelessly around the clock to put this thing on. What have been some of those challenges that you guys have faced?
It's the usual challenges, you know, making sure there's a safe trail, making sure there's enough volunteers for safe road crossings, making sure that we have every aspect just laid out and people are where they're supposed to be.
Give us the timeline of events. I know that the opening ceremonies take place at 6:30 tomorrow evening. Race is at 7. What's going on just from beginning to end tomorrow?
From an inside perspective, we'll be putting a snow road up starting tomorrow morning, and we'll get that ready by about 10 a.m. We'll have vet checks at the River Valley Bank, and then that will flow into a musher meeting, a musher bib draw, and then we'll start parking down here at about 4:30 with opening ceremony at 6:30, where we'll have some dignitaries speaking, and then we'll also send the snowmobile team out, and then 7 o'clock the first musher will leave the chute, lasting approximately to about 8:16, and then we'll have fireworks somewhere between 8:30 and 8:45.
You got this down pat. You know.
She's good. She's got it memorized. That's great.
Doug, you're on the board here, and talk about, like you said, the inside scoop of what's been going on, what you have to deal with, what's all the process been like.
You're talking from a board aspect of like the village. You know, it's just coordination with making sure that we have, you know, our village coming out tonight or tomorrow morning at 1 a.m. To put the snow road down. Today at 5 o'clock we're going to be putting a start chute up right behind us. So that's you know, the difficult part of actually getting the snow road in. Like Meredith said, getting the volunteers you know, situated. We did have to move something on Saturday due to weather. So we moved the start from 9 a.m. to 8 a.m. So there's different things you have to deal with.
Absolutely. What about, I know this is a family-friendly event, there's things for kids to do here as well. What about that?
We welcome every family to come down on Friday night. There will be a lot of music. It's sort of like a little winter party, a winter carnival at that. Food, fun. The kids can go meet the mushers, meet the dogs back in what we call the corral, which will be by Peninsula Auto Repair. Excuse me, they just changed names. In addition, on Saturday, if they don't want to follow the race, they can stay in Calumet, and we have a doghouse race with also demoing fat bikes, and then the curling club will have an open house as well. So there's fun things to do for the family on Saturday.
And that'll just be in downtown Calumet?
Yep.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for being with us. We will have more details later in the hour, so stay with us. Reporting live in Calumet, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
Thank you very much, Ansley. It sounds like it's going to be a fun time in Calumet, and you're saying, Cassie, by then it should warm up a little bit for him too.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty pleasant for tomorrow night for the races.
Just one more day until the start of the Copperdog 150 in Calumet. Ansley is there again to tell us more about this annual race. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Andrea. I'm right on 5th Street where the start of the Copperdog 150 is taking place. Joining me is Meredith and Doug. Thank you guys so much for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having us.
So tomorrow evening starts the kickoff of the Copperdog 150. Again, start times, when does that take place?
Starts 7 o'clock. The first team will go out 6:30. We start our opening ceremonies.
How many teams are there
There
participating
are
this year?
34 teams, 21 in the 150 professional race, and 13 in the 80 sportsman's race.
Doug, try to just describe the trails or kind of where the teams will be traveling to.
So they'll leave out of Calumet Friday evening, excuse me. They'll head, the short race heads to Eagle River, and the long race ends in Eagle Harbor. The next day, Saturday morning, we leave out of Eagle Harbor only for the long race, and they trek up to Copper Harbor. Sunday, the short race joins the long race again. We leave Copper Harbor, and boy, is that loud.
Bring in snow, huh?
Bring in the snow. And then they head back in Calumet, and we finish, what, about 3 o'clock?
I know,
1?
12:30 to 2:30 about.
Oh, I was way off.
Close, very close.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of snow, you guys are going to start putting that down later tonight, early tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
What's that going to be like?
1 a.m. As you just heard that guy right there going by, and our snow goes already moving snow out of town, but now we're going to be bringing snow back in town. It'll take about from 1 a.m. till roughly 7 or 8 o'clock, and then the snow road gets groomed, snow fence goes up, so a lot of work to do.
Absolutely. Now, Meredith, temperatures this weekend maybe a little bit warmer than you would like. Are there going to be some changes at all with that?
We're going to watch and wait. Friday night will be cold. Saturday is now looking cold again, and Sunday is what we'll watch and wait for. And if we have to, we'll move it up an hour just for the safety of the dogs.
Talk about the atmosphere. This street's going to be busy. It's going to be a party. Why do you guys enjoy doing this? It's hard work.
It's sort of romantic watching it all come together and watching a well-executed plan happen. It's beautiful to see thousands of people flood this street that you don't see all year long, and the happy faces and the happy dogs and the noises. It's just a good time in the middle of winter when people seem to want to find some sunshine and warmth. We find it in each other.
Oh yeah, I love it. Any last comments, Doug?
It's a great atmosphere. It's a lot of fun. Music will be playing. Come on out and see the race. It's going to be a blast.
All right, Copperdog 150 begins right here on 5th Street at 7 o'clock p.m. Come and join in on the fun. Reporting live in Calumet, Ansley Watson, and we'll be back with more of your TV6 Morning News after the break.